Hi there, it's Chad Seay from Seay Real Estate here in Richmond, Virginia. And what I want to talk to you about today is the importance of good photos and accurate information. Good pictures of your house when it goes on the market and accurate information. So it comes as no surprise to anyone watching this video that to have good pictures of your property is important. As I look at our multiple listing service, and I consider all the properties that are available. Some have better pictures than others. Some have more pictures than others. Some red flags we see when it comes to pictures are, if there's rooms or parts about the house that intentionally aren't photographed, maybe not intentionally, but they're not included in the presentation, it can leave someone wondering, I wonder what's wrong with the living room since there's no pictures of it online, or if there's no picture of the front exterior of the house, it must be something wrong with that, must be weird looking. In fact, I would say that the properties that don't lead off with a good front exterior picture don't really do as well on the internet as those that do. So sometimes people will put a picture of the kitchen because it's the best feature and that's the primary picture and it's the first picture everyone sees. I would say that what's most important to people is the front exterior, and that some people will just skip over and not look at all the information about a house that features the kitchen as the primary picture. But you want lots of pictures, you want good quality pictures, and ideally pictures of every part of the home, the front, the back, the sides, the yard, every room in the house, and you want them to be of very good quality. So we take some of our own pictures here at Seay Real Estate. Other properties will hire professional photographers to go out and take those pictures. And one thing you want to be careful of with today's technology is to have as good of a picture as you possibly can, and at the same time make sure it's an accurate representation of the property itself. So I heard someone not long ago talk about the fact that they went to a house and that there was a little space under the stairs, a nice size closet, let's say, that was 4 feet by 4 feet, 5 feet by 5 feet, something substantial for storage, but that the pictures online made it look like a room. I mean, they were really blown away when they got there, expecting something that looked maybe 10 by 10 online, and found out it was 4 by 4 or whatever it was. So there is a line that can be crossed in our photography these days that can drift into the realm of giving an inaccurate representation of the property, which can really do more harm than good when the people show up and find out. Now, there's one school of thought that says, hey, if it gets them in the property, that's the first step toward getting it sold, and there's obviously some truth contained in that, but in many instances, it can have a negative effect when a person feels like they've been tricked. So you want good quality, as best quality as you can when it comes to the pictures, but be aware of a line that can be crossed, sometime by even using Photoshop or bringing certain elements in that would show the house at its best. Can be a good tool to a degree. Again, there's a line that you want to be careful not to cross. Last thing I'll mention regarding accurate information, we've put lots of houses up for sale over the years that have been on the market for 6 months or longer and didn't sell. And when I get to those properties and I try to figure out, well, why hasn't this sold in 6 months or a year? Every now and then we'll find that the information that was entered in the computer wasn't accurate. So the prior agent didn't check, yes, that it has a garage. Lots of people doing searches for properties with garages never found out about that property because one little data point wasn't entered in the computer. It can be very costly to the homeowner. Square footage. I see sometimes an agent will allow the multiple listing entry to auto-populate from the tax records, which aren't always right. So for instance, we may go to a house that's a tri-level and the local tax record says it has 1,200 square feet, and it's not taking into consideration the third of it that's below grade, that is finished and it's air conditioned and everything else. In reality, there's 1,800 square feet of living space. And because an agent allowed the county tax records to, or the multiple listing service to auto-populate from the county tax records, it's been presented for 6 months as a 1,200 square foot house when in reality it's 1,800. And just little tweaks regarding things like this can be the major difference between a house selling and not selling. So when you put your house up for sale and you choose a realtor, just make sure you get good photos, accurate information about the house, a good realtor, and things will go well for you. I'm Chad with Seay Real Estate. Have a great week.